chances are, if you clicked on this video, you already have, like, somewhat of an idea of what High Guardian Spice is. It was originally announced in 2018, supposed to come out the next year, I believe. It didn't, for reasons I'm not going to get into right now, or in this video, or at all, or ever. But it came out in, like, November of 2021, so pretty recently. Like, that's only a couple months ago. I think, like, 6 months? No, like 4 months ago. It's not an anime in the traditional sense, as it's made by Westerners and not people in Japan. A lot of people criticized it for this, but I don't really see the problem. I think people in Western culture should be able to create anime, you know? Obviously, it's not going to be authentic anime, but I think people are allowed to be inspired by other cultures and ways that, like, other cultures create media in order to create their own media. I'm just kind of gonna go through my notes. I watched the whole series, and here's something that's gonna get me hanged. I'm gonna be hung. I'm gonna be publicly executed for this. I actually didn't mind it. Actually, I loved it. And I'm not gonna get too much into this right now, but I do think a majority of the hate is just bigotry. Don't hang me. Maybe watch the video before you comment multiple slurs at me. I know what I'm talking about. I actually like the art. I like the mix between Western and anime. When I say Western right now, I kind of just mean children's animation, not really the typical adult animation Family Guy. But yeah, I like the art. I like that the names are spices. A lot of people were like, that's fucking stupid, I think. But I actually kind of like them. And I like how over-top the tropes are. I like a good over-the-top anime that just screams anime in your fucking face. I love it. I like the title cards. There were, like, title cards that said the episode, and it was a little picture. I feel like it could have been used more artistically. In shows that have title cards, usually, like, children's animation, there'll be, like, different title cards for different episodes. Like, what I'm thinking of right now is Adventure Time and how they have these beautiful title cards. But, like, even, like, Johnny Test had different title cards, and the title card was always just kind of Rosemary's Sword. And I don't know, I feel like it could have been cooler, man. I like magic animation. I always love fantasy stories. I'm not really that into writing fantasy in my own stories, but man, do I love a good fantasy story that really hooks you into the world and makes you think, I want to fucking live there. It really reminds me of the Owl House and just, I don't know, the magic, you know? Which isn't a bad thing, by the way. I like how color-based the character designs are. I love a good color-themed character, okay? I love colors. I'm a color enthusiast. I like the creatures. It really reminds me of Pokemon, more specifically, like the Pokemon anime, and just, like, the creatures and sort of how episodic it feels. And the end credits were cute. I love cute end credits. I love end credits that make you go, aw, that you watch. I love when end credits are engaging and make me actually want to watch it. I love it! Oh yeah, also I like the intro. I don't think I wrote that down anywhere, but I really liked the intro. It was, like, really anime, like, in-your-face anime, but I really like it. I love a good over-the-top anime intro. One anime I can think of right now as an example is Orion High School Host Club, which they're kind of, like, on two different, like, planes. One is a romance and the other is fantasy. But I really love intros that are just over the fucking top. I like the school. The backgrounds are cool. I love backgrounds in anime. Usually in anime, backgrounds will be, like, painted, whether traditionally or more recently digitally, and oh, I love a good, cute background. I love background art. A Western example of this would be Steven Universe. Like, the backgrounds in that show were just so breathtaking. I love when backgrounds really draw you in, you know? And it doesn't just feel like a character slapped onto a background, which I didn't find in this show. I felt like the background style really fit with the characters, and yeah. One thing I like kept asking myself is like, what the fuck is a guardian? No one really explained what a guardian was. There was like the thing in the not the first episode, the second episode where they were at the school and they had like that little oath, but it's never really explained. And the sword name is fucking dumb. Flowering Thorn. That's the best you can think of. Flowering fucking Thorn. I love the cats in the show. I love cats. And I love animated cats. So it's kind of like a big nut moment for me. And I'll say it, I like the representation in the show. And even more specifically, I like the trans representation in the show. Everyone fucking complains about the trans representation, but here am I. I am here to say, as a trans man, I like it. I like how the guy explained it because Rosemary didn't know what it was. A lot of people there was this one video of like a clip of it that said like ham-fisted trans representation, trans explanation, treating your audience like babies. But I like it, okay? I like when a character explains things. Rosemary didn't know what it was. I'm fine with being explained what being trans is. It's not that big of a deal. And I like how Rosemary didn't really care, because, you know, who does, you know? Oh, by the way, I probably should have mentioned, the main characters are like 14, 15. So, I like the staff animation. I love a good staff animation. And I like the subtle way they showed abuse with Parsley's family. You know, it's not always like screaming. It can be like subtle manipulation by making the victim feel selfish, etc. And I like it. I like Slime Boy. A lot of people complain about the mic quality of Slime Boy's lines, but I didn't really catch that. Maybe I'm just a little biased because I'm recording with my fucking phone, but I didn't mind his line quality. I liked how awkward he was. I love a good awkward character, and he's kind of hot. I can say that. I'm 16. I like Time's mom. I love elves. And I like her design. I like a good MILF. And the food is really nicely drawn. I always love food in cartoons, but I don't know. It's just nice, man. The swearing caught me off guard because there wasn't really any swearing until episode 5. So I was really confused why there was like this content warning. Like I don't know, man, but actually I kind of like it. A lot of people say, "Oh, they're just trying too hard. They're trying to be edgy," but I actually like it. Maybe it's just because I swear a lot and I like it when shows swear because I feel like, I don't know, a lot of shows are held back by being for kids. You know, I think Luce should say fuck in the Owl House just once. And the fucking potions teacher, I love her, and her little things in her hair are actually wands, and that's so fucking cool. I love, like, world building with character designs, and oh my god, that is just so cool. I love the teacher. I love this design choice. I like Snapdragon. He's nice. I'll talk about him later. I love when magic shows have a learning curve, and it's not just, oh, look at me, I'm a wizard. I can automatically do awesome magic. And I really like when characters have to learn how to do magic. I like it. I really like Sage and Snapdragon. They're so cute. They're a power couple. I like the purple one. I don't remember her name. That's on me. I'm not really good at remembering characters' names, but I like her. She is such a fucking bitch, and I hate her so much, but that's what the creators were intending, and I enjoy it. I love a character that makes me want to fucking, like, punch my screen. I love her. And I love that she wasn't like, I bully because my mom left. Because her mom is, like, in canon, like, a bad person, but I like that she's just a bitch, you know? Of course, I love characters that are mean because of some, like, deep traumatic past, but I also love characters that are just bitches. I like the tree thing. It was sort of ongoing with time. I enjoyed it. And then there was a Halloween episode. I love Halloween episodes, okay? I'm a Halloween episode connoisseur. Fucking love holiday episodes, especially Halloween. I love Halloween. Oh yeah, and then something fucked up happens. They all turn into statues. And I loved the quietness after the spell was cast, just because it was so fucking loud. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, ugh. I like the video game chibis. They're cute. I love a good chibi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And then there was a sweater weather episode where it was rainy. I love when characters are comfy cozy. There's mermaids. I love world building. I love mermaids. And this fucking guy, Parnell's brother or cousin, I don't remember his name. I hate him. And I love when I fucking hate a character. I love wanting to punch a character to the moon. I love hating things. And I love awful characters that are just awful. And I like the magical girl transformations. Those are cool. And here's a hot take. I like Snapdragon as a trans woman. I'm just gonna refer to Snapdragon using he, him, just because it's easier for me. A lot of people don't like it, but people often cite that he didn't want to be called a girl, that he just didn't want to be traditionally masked. Come on, guys. But here's me bringing my own experience to this. I actually really saw myself in Snapdragon, even though I'm not trans femme, which is, you know, I didn't really see myself in the trans mask teacher, which isn't really anything on the trans mask teacher, but like, I'm not like that close in my transition where I can just be like helping other trans people like I'm some wise elder trans mask guy. But, you know, I'm closer to like my little closeted phase. And in my experience, I never wanted to be called a guy when I wasn't out or I didn't know that I was trans. I was really overprotective of being female, and I just didn't want to be perceived as mask. And like, I would get upset when people were like, "Are you trans?" because of like silly little things. Like, there was this one person, I had a profile picture on my Instagram that was like Muffy with the trans flag, and the person was like, "Are you trans?" And I got like really defensive because I don't know, I was just really overprotective of my gender. And this is a real thing. Like, this isn't just me, guys. This isn't the woke agenda making femme guys and tomboys trans. Whoa, they're making everyone transgender, these SJWs. No. And last episode. This is sexy emo boy. I love a good sexy emo boy. I love a good fucked up villain thing. Like being Rosemary's mom. Like transforming into her. Oh, by the way, the emo guy's a shapeshifter and Rosemary's mom is like gone. And I love when villains just do something fucked up. I love it. And I love a good conflict within villains. When like one villain is like, "Oh, I don't want to be evil," and the other one is like, "Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. We're evil." I love it. Sage's new hair. And the winter ending, or the winter end credits. Oh, I love a good winter fashion. Basically, I just love when characters are in fashion that's not their typical fashion. But, oh, I love winter. I love winter fashion. And then the mom is evil. Ooh, the mom works with the evil people. Oh, I love a good plot twist. And that was just so fucking cool because I genuinely was not seeing that. Or I thought of that. Like, I thought, oh, this bitch is dead, you know. But oh my god. So yeah, if this doesn't get a second season, I'm killing myself. So, it's on you guys. So, back to my earlier point about a lot of this hate just being bigotry. The reason that I think that has to do with a lot of things. Firstly, when it was originally announced, back in 2018, I remember I was still in my anti-SJW phase. I'm gonna do a video on just anti-SJWs in general and talk a little bit about my experience. But for now, no one really knew what it was about. And everyone was just kind of like, this is gonna be awful. Oh, the SJWs are taking over. Because I remember that was like around the time of the new Ghostbusters and, what was it? The Doctor Who doctor being female. And it was just a crazy time. There were women in media. Women? Oh my god. Media is for the boys. Why don't women just go to kitchen and sew? Be barefoot and pregnant for my baby, not be in Ghostbuster. And a lot of people made a big deal about the diversity. There was this, not trailer, but like video just talking about how the creator thought it was important to have a diverse character cast and have a diverse crew, which I do agree the crew isn't really diverse per se. A lot of whiteness. But I don't think it's a bad thing to have diversity important to your stories. I believe the creator is trans mask. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I will put it on the screen if I'm wrong or if I'm right. So you'll see both sides, baby. And a lot of minorities do have to make sure that they're representing people because they're not being represented in media, you know? Bitches be saying, create your own diversity and not force it onto other characters until people actually create their own diversity. I also think having a diverse crew isn't bad at all, actually. I don't really care. There was a lot of whiteness, but again, I mean, I don't think it's right to pose the crew as being extremely diverse just because of the sheer amount of whiteness, but I mean, people don't really care when there's not diversity in writing crews, so now let's talk about Kate Leth, who was a writer on the show, which was a main concern with a lot of people, especially when it was initially announced. You know, you would look at a post about it and then Kate Leth would be mentioned. I used a Reddit post as a jumping off point because I didn't really know where to go because, like, I don't fucking know who Kate Leth is. Sexist tweets. She's not sexist. She said kill all men, but, guys, that doesn't mean all men. I know it says all men there, but kill all men is about men that perpetuate rape culture and other misogynistic things, or not even misogynist, just toxic masculinity in general. Guys, did we miss the mark? A lot of people make a big deal out of the phrase kill all men, and, guys, it's not about all men. Also in the Reddit post, it said genocide, and I couldn't really find anything except her saying kill all men, which, guys, she doesn't really mean to kill every single man. Guys. I was really expecting, like, something fucked up, like, when it said supporting genocide, but maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know. Hate speech, I can't really find anything on this either. I think they're referring to just the kill all men. And guys, it doesn't mean kill all men. It doesn't mean all fucking men. No. I think a lot of the hate on her is just anti-SJW bitchin'. Sure, she's kind of pretentious, or at least in her old tweets. And I don't think I would be friends with her. I think she's kind of annoying. But I'm not gonna, like, be like, oh, this fucking show is so fucking problematic. I don't care. As long as you're writing well, which I guess she was. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to writers and episodes. But then I don't really care. Unless, like, you actually said something bigoted, then I do care. But I don't really care about her. But she was a main point of contention for a lot of criticism. So, for a lot of critique. So I just wanted to touch on that. So my final thoughts. To sort of collect all my ramblings together. No, it wasn't awful. It wasn't the worst fucking show I have ever fucking seen. These anti-SJWs, these SJWs, they're coming. Oh my god. There's gay people. Oh, there's trans. Oh, there's people that aren't white. Oh my, there's women. Oh. Yeah, I don't really care. It's good. I liked it. If you like the Owl House or stuff like that, you'll probably like it. I mean, it's good. I like it. I hope it gets a second season. And I'm not saying everyone who critiques the show is a bigot. That's not what I'm trying to say. And I'm not trying to say people who are anti-SJW are bigots. But a lot of it is rooted in bigotry. I don't know. Why is diversity bad? Why do you think that? Forced diversity isn't actually a thing. It's kind of just so people can bitch about diversity. Why is diversity bad? That's the root of it. And diversity isn't political. And the very notion that every single gay or black or whatever character is to push a political agenda is exactly why diversity is needed, and you're proving the fucking point that it's needed. Representation is important. In writing crews and characters, it's important. People like to see themselves in media. Characters don't just have to be cishet and white and male. Characters are an extension of reality. And reality isn't just cishet white males. Woo! So there's that. There's my opinion. Thank you for listening to me, to my rambling. My voice is going a little bit. Yeah, thank you. I'll see you in the next one.